2 words. That's all he left behind. On February 23, 1995, a 28-year-old man walked away from his desk in Singapore and destroyed the oldest merchant bank in Britain. Barings Bank was not just any bank. It was founded in 1762. It survived the Napoleonic Wars. It survived 2 world wars. It survived the Great Depression. It financed the Louisiana Purchase, the deal that doubled the size of America. Even Queen Elizabeth II had an account there. For 233 years, Barings was untouchable, a symbol of British power, prestige, and permanence. And then came Nick Leeson. Nick Leeson didn't come from money. He grew up in Watford, a quiet suburb outside London. His father was a plasterer. He failed his math exam. The man who would lose $1.4 billion in financial derivatives failed mathematics. But Leeson had something better than grades. He had ambition, and he had charm. He talked his way into Barings Bank, then talked his way onto the trading floor, then talked his way into running the Singapore office. By 1993, he was generating nearly 10% of Barings' entire global profits. At 26 years old, he was untouchable. Or so everyone thought. Here's what nobody knew. In July 1992, a new employee under Leeson's watch made a small trading error. A loss of £20,000, small, fixable, forgettable, but Leeson couldn't admit it. He had a reputation for being perfect, for being infallible, for never losing. So instead of coming clean, he opened a secret account number 88888. He buried the £20,000 loss inside it, hidden, invisible, gone. That was the moment everything changed. Because once you hide one loss, hiding the next one is easier, and the one after that, and the one after that. By the end of 1994, account 88888 held losses of £208 million. And nobody in London had any idea. January 17th, 1995. 4:46 in the morning. A 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck Kobe, Japan. 6,000 people died. Entire neighborhoods collapsed overnight. And 5,000 miles away in Singapore, Nick Leeson watched his world collapse with it. He had been betting, secretly, illegally, that the Japanese stock market would stay stable. The earthquake sent it into freefall. In a single morning, Leeson lost more money than most people will see in 1,000 lifetimes. But he didn't stop. Instead, he doubled down. He bet everything. Borrowed money, the bank's money, imaginary money, that the market would recover. It didn't. By February, Leeson controlled 85% of all Nikkei futures contracts on the market. Every trader in Asia knew something was wrong. They started betting against him, and he kept losing. £827 million, more than twice Barings' entire available capital. On February 23, 1995, Leeson placed that note on his desk. "I'm sorry," and ran. He fled to Malaysia, then Thailand, then Germany. An international manhunt began. Back in London, Barings executives frantically tried to find a buyer. Nobody wanted to bank $1.4 billion in the hole. 3 days after Leeson fled, Britain's oldest bank ceased to exist. It was sold to a Dutch company called ING for exactly £1. £1. 233 years of history. 1,200 employees who lost their jobs. Countless investors who lost everything for £1. Leeson was arrested at Frankfurt Airport. He fought extradition for 9 months. Eventually, he was returned to Singapore, sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. Inside prison, he was diagnosed with colon cancer. He survived. He was released early in 1999. His wife had already left him. The bank was gone. The money was gone. And Leeson was left with nothing but a story. Here's what most people miss about this story. Nick Leeson wasn't a criminal mastermind. He wasn't evil. He was a young man who made one small mistake and was too proud to admit it. Every decision after that was just an attempt to fix the one before it. Hide one loss, make a bigger bet. Lose more, hide more, bet bigger. Until the earthquake made it impossible to hide anymore. The real villain in this story isn't Leeson. It's a system that gave one 28-year-old man complete control over billions of dollars, with zero oversight. His own bosses in London didn't understand the trades he was making. Nobody checked. Nobody questioned. Nobody looked at account 88888. The lesson isn't don't hire rogue traders. The lesson is this: when someone never makes mistakes, that's not a good sign. That's a warning sign. Nick Leeson broke one bank, but he's not the biggest rogue trader in history. Not even close. There's a man who lost $7 billion in a single week, working for one of Europe's most respected banks. And unlike Leeson, nobody saw it coming at all. Next video, we find him. If this story made you see the financial system differently, you know what to do. I'm the debt architect, and now you see how the system was built.